Hello students, and welcome to the continuing video of our video lessons on pairs of angles. And here we're going to take a look at a bunch of angles here and try to figure out what they are, okay, or what their measures are. So we know a few things, and this is where if you have some nice colored pens and pencil, it would be really great to use. So first thing we know here is that AE is perpendicular to CG. So AE is this line here, CG is this line here. So these angles here are perpendicular. That's 90 degrees. Okay. Measure of ASD is 118. So use a different color here. From A to S, whoops, ASD, that's this angle. So this arc here that I'm drawing, that is 118 degrees. And then HSB, this picture can get cloudy quite quickly, but from H to S to B, so this angle here, this green angle, which intersects parts of the red and the blue, that is 96 degrees. Okay? So with that in mind, we can start solving some problems. And sometimes we're going to need to do algebra. Other times it's sufficient just to think through some of the theorems. So let's first start with HSE. Okay. From H to S to E. From this picture, you can hopefully see that HSE is a vertical angle with BSD. So I'm going to use a little bit of highlighting here so I can hopefully make it more clear. HSE that I've highlighted there in yellow, and now I'm going to highlight the other angle, ASD. And you don't have to try to highlight this with me on your paper, because that's going to make things a little bit cluttered. But hopefully you can see that the yellow angle and the red angle are in fact vertical to each other. So if we can somehow figure out what is ASD, we can also know the measure of HSE. But ASD, so I'm going to write this out here for number 11. Measure of HSE is equal to the measure of ASD because they are vertical angles. Okay. And since they are vertical angles, we know they are equal to each other. But we already know this from up here, that ASD is 118 degrees. So we can conclude very quickly that measure of HSE is also equal to 118 degrees. Okay. And I know this picture is a little bit hard to see, but that is, if you hopefully with the highlighting, it's a little bit easier to see that HSE, ASD, they are vertical angles. Okay. All right, well, let's move on to number 12. Let's see. Can we find the measure of angle FSD? So let me clear this highlighting out, hopefully making it a little bit easier for everybody to see. FSD, let's see here. So going from F to S to D. But you can see that FSD is a vertical angle with another one. FSD is a vertical angle with this one. That's HSB. So measure of FSD is equal to the measure of HSB because they are also vertical angles. But HSB was given to us that it's 96 degrees, so the measure of FSD is also 96 degrees. Hopefully that's also a little bit more clear. And then I'm going to do one more of these problems and ask you to do the rest of them on your own. So let's do number 13, BSD. Alright, so let's clear this out. Let's try again to highlight BSD. So this is an angle that hasn't been given to us yet. There is a vertical angle to it that's HSF, but we don't know the measure of HSF just yet. So we have to think a little bit more on this. So we try to think about, well, there's a vertical angle, but that doesn't help us. So maybe there's a supplementary or complementary angle somehow with this that can help us. And in fact there is. So we look at this angle right here, HSB. Okay, so hopefully that doesn't clutter this picture too much, but you can kind of see the yellow color and then the red color. Those two angles are supplementary because they form a linear pair. So now we can say for number 13 that angle BSD is supplementary to angle HSB. So that means that the measure of BSD plus the measure of HSB must be equal to 180 degrees. That's what supplementary means. Okay? And then we can make some substitution. Remember, we know here that HSB is 96, so the measure of BSD plus, we can make a substitution, 96 is equal to 180. Subtract 96 from both sides, and we get that this is equal to 84 degrees. Okay. And so there you have it, a solution to the first three problems. I'm going to leave you to work on the next three problems on your own, so try numbers 14 through 17 even on your own, and we will discuss these in class the next time that we meet. Okay. And now number 17 is some type of a proof, so I'll leave you to think about how to do that as well, because you have to practice proving this. Just watching the teacher do it is not going to be enough. Once again, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day. As always, ask for help if you need it.